Day 7 in the centre of Australia. I'm just checking the GPS. I'm trying to find a way to get right up to the top of that ridge over there to have a look at Alice Springs. I found a lookout yesterday. I was at the Royal Memorial, but the road here says it goes up to the top of that ridge. There's a fair bit of communication equipment up there, so I'm thinking there'll probably be a gate. But if there isn't, we are going to get a pretty good view from up there. It's not looking good already. Oh no, it's not it. This is it. Aboriginal community. Maybe not. Oh yeah, that's handy. Just says go around the bloody corner 50 times. Oh, here's Aboriginal community, people, and look. It doesn't look too bad, does it? There isn't rubbish laying everywhere, as per all the stories. Okay, that's not the road where I want to go, obviously. Bloody hell. Or if it is, it's not going to get me there. I can see the track going up the side of the ridge. Wait a minute, it's saying I need to turn off before I get there. Apparently. This road here is the one I have to take. Apparently. Certainly not marked as a lookout, so I'm not holding out much hope for being able to get right to the top before there's a gate. And the sun's in the wrong position to take a good photo anyway. Lens flare and all that. Signage, what does it say? Private property. Only authorised vehicles past this point. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, there we go. Haha, the old gate. I knew it was too good to be true that we could get up there. Well, that would have been the view of the century up there. Oh well, we tried and failed. I don't know why they don't open those areas to the public so you can go and have a look. Just put a fence around the installation. Too many do-gooders, that's the problem. Well, just heading back through Alice Springs. It's we've got to go this way to go to Darwin. And as you can see on the dash there, the fuel light's flashing. Well, I know I've got a good 80 k's of fuel left at cruise when it starts flashing. Look at that. That's what the cop cars look like here. Almost snazzy. Let's not get pulled over by one though, eh? So we'll get some fuel. Set up the GPS. And then head to Darwin. We'll go through the town centre and have a quick look. Oh, here we are. This is the main drag of Alice Springs. Quite a bustling little spot. I guess it is the main town, the biggest city for quite a few miles, k's around. So there's all sorts of things going on. People everywhere. Lots of people. Looks like the mall there. Yeah, it certainly looks like a nice space. I have no idea what the main employment is around the place. Tourism, that sort of thing. Decent sized main shopping area. There's a Trumpy loaded up. Off somewhere. Let's see where this goes. Ooh, dead end. Abort. Nice, nice. Just clip the old pannier there. I tried to avoid it. I knew it was going to hit it, but I tried to avoid it and I got it anyway. Just as well they're tough, eh? I think we should edit that bit out. At least my riding skills. Makes my riding skills look somewhat lacking, as they quite often are anyway. And that's a bit of a look around the Alice. Now we need to go and get some fuel. Well, we're heading out, Alice. Got some fuel. We're officially on the Stuart Highway shortly. It's Australia's great central drive, the Stuart Highway. Adelaide to Darwin. Bitumen all the way. You can do it in a car. No challenge. Just a long drive. Plenty of sights to see along the way, of course. It's the last little bit of Alice Springs. The whole town is surrounded very closely by these low ranges. Quite stunning. The way the town's nestled in the valley. Oh no. Got a road train here crawling up the hill. Oh, he's almost going that slow. The KTM doesn't idle slow enough. He'll pick the speed up pretty quickly once he's over the top. Can't quite see, looks like 3 trailers. So be maximum length 52 metres they're allowed. No overtaking lane. Usually there's an overtaking lane when there's a hill straight out of a town or a city. I guess it's just too remote. The problem with Australia and its roads is it is a vast continent with only 24 million people, and all the roads are government funded or tax funded, and a lot of it through the fuel surcharge tax. It's supposed to go to road funding. So this, because the roads have got to cover huge distances and the population's very sparse, there's a huge cost to maintain the road network around the country compared to the population. So you look at the US, country slightly smaller than Australia, and it's 200 odd million people live there, probably more, 250. So they have fantastic roads, and a lot of the roads are privately funded as well. Anyway, that's a little lecture on Australian roads. I think we do pretty well considering the size of the country, and the road quality is not too bad. Should get round this guy now. Got a bit of straight road up ahead. Is he going to go for it or what? He's philandering. There he goes. Yeah, 3 trailers. Decent sized road train, eh? That's a lot of weight to pull up a hill. .110k speed limit. I know there are some parts of the Northern Territory that are 130k speed limit. Once upon a time, I'm going back a couple of years, There were some sections of the road that had no speed limits, so you could, if you had a Ferrari or a McLaren or some supercar like that, it could do 350 kilometres an hour. You could come out here and legally do that speed for as long as you liked. But of course, some of the do-gooders, the lefty do-gooders, decided that people needed protecting from themselves after a few of those guys killed themselves doing high speeds. And so they put a maximum speed limit of 130. I think, I don't know, the left, the loony left, they just go too far. People need to be able to take responsibility for their own actions. And they need to fuck the lawyers off out of it, and people need to take responsibility for their own actions. So that the rest of us guys can have a little bit of fun and let our hair down every now and then. But it's reasonably safe to do so. Anyway, that's a political bitch for another time. The Stuart Highway, 1200 k's to Darwin. Over there on the right, that's the GAN railway line, Adelaide to Darwin railway line. It's one of the great railway journeys of the world, apparently. And that the last 1200 k's was only finished about 10 years ago. Used to stop, used to go from Adelaide to Alice Springs, and that was it. The government of the day decided that they'd throw a few dollars at the Northern Territory, not for political reasons of course, but purely patriotic ones, and finish a railway line and turn it into one of the great railway journeys of the world. Oh look, look! 130 k's. I don't think I'm going to bother cranking it up to that. There'll be just too much wind. I need a cruisy ride. This guy's into it. He's got the hammer down. And good luck to him. He's in a tin box and he's out of the wind. Well, a few years ago I guess there would have just been a de-restriction sign there. And you just could have held your car flat to the boards in top gear to see what you do. Be good to bring the Ninja over here. I've got a 1400 Kawasaki Ninja that I've done a few little electronics tricks to. Just get rid of the speed limiter, because it's speed limited to 299. And on the racetrack, of course, it'll do 330 on red line. I think it's got a bit more in it, but I probably could play with the gearing a little bit and the fueling, and maybe even get a little bit more out of it. But I figure that's probably fast enough. Now once upon a time, I could have brought it out here to the Northern Territory and just held it flat out. 330 k's legally down the road. That would be an eye-opener. Of course, you'd never make the next fuel station at that speed drink fuel like it was going out of fashion. But just to say you've been up here and done it. Anyway, our loony left friends knocked that on the head. As they do. Not that I'm a right voter, if you must know. I'd say I probably lean a little more to the left, centre left. I'm a blue collar worker. I have been a union member, although I'm not currently. And the unions in this country have done a great deal for workers' rights over the years. So you certainly can't turn your back on those guys. Even though, unfortunately, like any organisation, whether it's a business organisation or a union organisation, there's always going to be some bad apples in that bunch. And of course, those idiots that stuff it up and rort the system, or act corruptly, then the right side of politics jumps on that, of course, sensationalises the headlines, and all unions get a bad name. Just because of a few mongrels. And I guess it's the same for businesses as well. I think the left does the same. The business owners that underpay workers and all that sort of thing. But it's the extremes of both sides. It's the extreme right and it's the extreme left of politics. They're just morons. Anyway, enough said. Let's just enjoy this cruise up the Stuart Highway. I'm obviously not going to get to Darwin today, not 1200 k's. And especially not because I never got out of Alice Springs till 10 o'clock. I had to wait till the shops open. I bought another battery bank. And this one's charging off the bike cigarette lighter. So you can see down in there, there's a 12 volt power outlet. I got the 5 volt USB power regulator plugged in there. The cable runs under the tank, onto the back seat, into the camera bag, and that's where I can charge all my devices. Of course, the first battery bank failed, and that stuffed that plan up. But number 2 is in the back and it's charging. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more reliable than the last one. That way at least I can run the GoPro while I'm cruising along as well. Don't get me started on the GoPro. Alright. Look. Tropic of Capricorn. We're officially in the Tropics of Capricorn. That means at 12 noon, in the middle of summer, the longest day of summer, the sun at 12 noon is directly overhead. Any further south, and the sun won't be directly overhead, of course. Warm weather, that'd be nice. Alright. Countryside looks pretty shabby around here, doesn't it? Nothing to write home about. Scummy looking low shrubs. Dirty old looking bush. We'll do a bit more recording when things get better. Day 7. Good old day 7. There might be a spectacular view. Or there may be nothing. It is the most flattest country in the world, remember? Unfenced road, beware of stock. This is all huge pastoral leases up through here. Between Alice Springs and Darwin. Hundreds of thousands of acres per farm, and they need to be that big because there's so little feed. Not very often the rains get down here from the monsoon, or the wet. The big wet is what they call it at the top end. Yep. still in that pretty boring scrub country. Last night I was transferring files from the GoPro onto the phone, and then I transfer them from the phone onto the hard drive. It's a bit of a laborious process. You think modern technology could just go straight from the GoPro to a hard drive, but no, you can't do that. You've got to have that computer interface. Got to have that the GoPro app, and of course on the GoPro app there's lots of advertising and they try to sell you crap, and that's why they do it. Anyway, so I transferred the files from day 5 and day 6, and then I was transferring the files from the phone to the hard drive, portable hard drive. And I swapped the SD cards over, and I put the SD card in from day 2 to day 4, and then I had a brain snap and I just deleted it and formatted the card. Well, it's all in one function, delete and supposedly format. And then of course as soon as I pressed the button I realised what I'd done. I deleted all the footage from day 2 to day 4. So I wasn't really impressed with myself. Anyway, I had to think about it and I googled it. And apparently there are some programs that can recover the files as long as you haven't recorded anything over the top. They're all still there. It's just when you delete or format, it gives the individual blocks, the memory blocks, permission to write over those files again. So hopefully when I get home I can recover those files. I've just put that SD card to one side and I can recover that footage. Otherwise I'm going to be pretty annoyed. And the reason why I put that card in and deleted it is because the GoPro is so sensitive to corrupt files, and as it's recording it corrupts files. So as soon as you do a file transfer you delete and format the card to get rid of all the corrupt rubbish, otherwise the camera just will not run. It just reboots itself continuously, crashes during recording. It's just a software nightmare. So I was in the frame of mind, of course, trying to keep the camera running smoothly. So when I stuck the SD card in, I just, I don't know what to say, instinctively went to the format button so the card wouldn't have any issues. And then I realised my mistake. Of course I was doing all this at 10 o'clock at night after doing 600 k's on the bike, so the brain wasn't fully alert and I just had a brain fade. So I'm leaving in hope that I can save some of those files off that card, because I'd be pretty disappointed if I couldn't. Modern technology, eh? Well, some of our defence forces have pulled in to fuel up as well. Good to see the lads out and about doing some training. Probably hitting the top end to do exercises. Some heavily armoured vehicles there. Watch out, they're a bit bigger than you. Here comes some more of our armed forces, I'd say. Some of the heavy transports lagging a bit behind the rest of the convoy. Oh man, bit of buffeting there for that guy. And of course, following closely behind a motorhome and the ever-present car towing a caravan. This has got to be Grey Nomad Highway, I'm sure of it. Oh yeah, I went to film back there in the garage at the servo. All those army dudes, and guess what? The camera wouldn't turn on. Good old GoPro. Tried holding the start button in, tried resetting it, nothing. Ended up, pulled the battery out, left it out for a couple of minutes, put it back in, and hey presto, it started up. It wasn't flat, still had 30% charge on the battery. Seriously. Version 6. I mean, what were the other versions like? They must have been heaps of shit. Because the software in this thing is rubbish. Anyway, I'm going to, every time something goes wrong with it, I'm going to have a sook about it, a whinge. And I'm going to put them all together in one compilation and send them off to GoPro. See if I get a response. Anyway, I'm listening to AC/DC now in the headphones, so I'm going to rock back 300 k's to Tennant Creek. That'll be the next fueling up station for me. Catch ya! Some more of the lads coming back from the bush. Do quite a lot of training in the top end. A little bit of grass on the hills around here. Spin effects, of course. Slow down to 100 for these corners. I like it. Well, here we are. We're all loaded up again, ready for the final rush into Darwin.
campsite looks pretty spectacular this morning in the rising sun.
Right, we're off. See that line across the screen? That is because last night I was putting the GoPro on the charger and it fell off the bike seat onto the ground and cracked the protective screen across the lens. So here's hoping I can get another protective screen for it in Darwin. Or I'm going to be very upset again. Anyhow, scoot out this little dirt track and back onto the main drag. I'm not going to do too much recording today because of that crack, because it looks like shit. And we're off. Now, yeah, anyway. I would have been ready to go 7:30, or a bit before actually, but I went to turn the GoPro on and it was dead flat. Not an iota of current in it, in the battery. So as I said, I dropped it on the ground because I was plugging the charger into it. Well, it charged, no problems, for a good probably 2 hours. Got to 100%, no worries. Turned it off, 100% charge. Picked it up this morning, dead flat, 0 charge. What a piece of crap. I tell you now, I'm going to start looking at the Sony ones when I get to Darwin, and then I'm going to do a video on how I smash this piece of shit up. That'll be fun, I'm going to enjoy it. Well, yeah, that's right, I said I wasn't going to record much because of that crack. I just wanted to show you that. Look at that, beautiful. Sun's coming up. Sorry about the crack. I know I'm going to keep saying it till I get it fixed. It's been a pretty extensive bushfire through this lot here. Could have all been fuel reduction burning. Or it could have been from something else. Look at all the termite mounds. They're everywhere. I wonder how they fare in the fire. I guess they just go underground. I'll give you a bit of an update. Looking through the cracked world. We topped up at Mataranka and it was 460 k's to Darwin. So I'm just going to cruise along at 105. Get there on a tank of juice. Katherine's not too far away, that's the next major city. And we're back down to 110 k's now anyway. I did have it wound up for a little while there at 135, 140. Just to get some k's behind me. But, much more pleasant motorcycling now that the wind's dropped off. And look at the temp. I don't know if you can see that. 30 degrees, absolutely magnificent. when I get to Darwin, I'm going to have to take quite a few linings of the jacket out. Anyway, that's about it. We're at day 8. Did I mention that? Day 8 through the cracked lens. And we'll give you a bit of a look at Katherine as we cruise through. And then unless something interesting happens, we'll leave it off. Welcome to Katherine. Katherine through the crack. Please excuse the crack. Left-hand lane, please. You got to get pole position when you can. There's not much down the side streets. Never know who's going to step out from one of those pedestrian crossings. Well, certainly a nice shady little town. I don't mind it. Well laid out. Big wide streets. Katherine River. Well, that's the biggest river we've seen for a few thousand k's. There's some water in it. Awesome. We're going to be seeing a lot more of those as we get up into the monsoon area. Katherine's right down the bottom of it, so they do get some flooding rains from time to time down here. Anyway, that looks like that's pretty much the end of the town. We're cruising along at 1:30 again through the crack. I just wanted to show you the little palm trees that are growing up through the bush everywhere now. It's a clear indication that we're getting to a wetter climate. The trees are bigger. Everything looks a bit greener. There's a little clump there, see that? They're pretty much all through here. So obviously the wet is getting down here. A couple more signs, like the size of the gutters on the side of the road. I've seen some erosion mitigation in those. So they certainly get the downpours. There's a little road train, 4 trailers full of fuel. So we're 15 k's out of my destination, which is a holiday resort, self-contained apparently, but it was the right price. Not much is happening yet. Oh, I've got a sore funny butt, I tell you. Near 900 k's in one day is pushing the limits for my butt. Well, we're getting close now. There's the airport over there, Darwin Airport. Now that was pretty much, from memory, opposite, or pretty close to the motel. And the government seems to have sorted itself out. It's saying 2.3 k's at a turn-off now. Certainly different here in the NT. This section of road is still 90 k's, although no one's actually doing it. Anywhere else this would be 60, 70 k's in a built-up industrial area like this. So we'll keep our smarts about us in the traffic. Who knows who does what over this, up this end of the country, the top end. Right up the top. Australia's most northern city, Darwin. Where you can get the Darwin stubby. A couple of litres of beer in the Darwin stubby. Yep, whatever that is. Possibly a water tower of some description. Maybe it's a beer tower. That's where they fill the Darwin stubbies from. $850 metres. Let's jump in the left-hand lane here. I think it's where this car is, where we've got to turn. No, that's only a driveway. Maybe there. I think it is. Yep, there's the motorcycle shop there. Now we've got to do a righty. Oh, we had a good time. 20 past 7. 20 past 7. 20 past 5. I'm pretty sure that's the place. I don't think I was supposed to go for a rear entry. Yeah, no, that's it. Should have gone the other way. Yeah, I'm going to go back. Do a U-ey. On the map, it looked like it was a rear entrance. No pun intended for Northern Territorians. It has a rear entrance, but it's locked. One of those cabins will be mine. For 3 nights. Motorcycle territory. Look, no cars. What does that remind you of? Leprechaun Resort, here we are. How do we get in? There we go, front gate. I thought I'd just show you the digs here. This is not too bad. It's just a little self-contained unit. It's about 5 k's out of the city of Darwin. And it's pretty damn neat. And there's all the junk I've offloaded off the bike. And there she sits out there. We'll just go and have a bit of a look at that back tyre. That is definitely ready for replacement. That's right down to the wear marks. So tomorrow we're going to have to go and see if we can get another one replaced, refitted. Can't really do it myself. Otherwise, she made the 4,500 k's no problem. That's the outside of the digs.